Welcome to Storytime with Sugar. Today we're reading Shaoey and Dot. The day started out just like all days before, with the sun peeking over the trees. Dot let out a yawn as she stretched out her wings and went out for a ride on the breeze. She stopped on a leap for a quick bite of breakfast and sipped on a sweet drop of dew, when off in the distance she heard a strange sound that was different from any she knew. Now, being the curious bug that she was, she had to go investigate. So she followed the sound right down to the ground where a bundle of rags had been placed. Dot landed softly on top of the bundle, then all of a sudden it wiggled. She started to fly, then she peeked down inside and saw something that caused her to giggle. She carefully climbed her way down to a spot right between two almond-shaped eyes. "How cute is this?" she said to herself. "What a fabulous little surprise." Dot was so taken with this little creature that she never heard footsteps approaching. Suddenly, she was scooped up with the bundle, who was now causing quite a commotion. The next thing she knew, they were bumping along in an old wooden basket on wheels. Dot was afraid, so she hid in a wrinkle and did all she could not to squeal. When they finally stopped moving, Dot slowly crawled out to try and make an escape. She started to fly, then the little thing cried as if playing, saying, "Please don't go away." They were in a small room with one little window that opened to Dot's world outside, but she just couldn't leave her new little friend, so she whispered, "I'll stay right by your side." And so it was there in that moment of truth that Dot's lifetime promise was heard, because if you know anything about ladybugs, you know they always keep their word. Having made her decision to stay with her friend, Dot said, "Wait here while I go explore." That's when she discovered the whole room was covered with bunches of bundles galore. There must have been dozens of almond-shaped eyes, all watching as she flew around. Suddenly, Dot realized where they were. This is where babies come to be found. It was all making sense now. Each bed in the room held a lost little bundle of love, and the sound they were making is the song babies sing when they're needing their mothers to come. Dot landed on top of her little friend's rear and whispered, "I've got some great news. We're where mommies and daddies come looking to find special babies like you, and special ladybugs like me too." The waiting began as the days turned to weeks. Then one morning, Dot woke to the sound of the ladies in white who took care of the babies all hustling and bustling around. The next thing Dot knew, they were covered in bubbles, getting scrubbed from antenna to toe. The ladies were saying, "Your family is waiting. We'll miss you, but it's your turn to go." On their way to the place where the family was waiting, Dot thought she should try to explain. "Well, this is the day," she said to her friend. "Everything's getting ready to change. See, I've waited till now to tell you the story. It's about all the reasons you cry. Sometimes it's because you feel sick, tired, or hungry, and sometimes you just want your pants dry. But then there's a cry that's the saddest of all. In fact, it's unlike any other. It comes from a deep, empty place in your heart that can only be filled by a mother. And after today, I will never again hear that sad song coming from you. You're getting adopted, you're getting a mother, and you're getting a family too. Of course, I'll be right there with you. We'll go to the park and the zoo and do all the things families do." Dot was so caught up in telling her story that she didn't realize what had happened. When she looked up, she saw they were all in a room with 10 tearful eyes looking at them. The cameras all flashed, and everywhere Dot looked, she saw spots like the ones on her wings. But what her ears heard was the prettiest song that she'd ever heard anyone sing. The mother was holding her new little one as her big tears came falling like rain. Then even Dot's ladybug eyes started leaking when she realized the song was a name. She had wondered so long what her friend would be called, and this name was so perfect and clever. "From now on, we will be Shaoey and Dot, and we'll be together forever." Everything was so strange and exciting and new, and soon they were ready to go. They got in a thing with 2 humongous wings that would take them to a place they'd call home.